that we'll do a one-handed strike. This is called a one-handed strike. And again, with police, there's all kind of technical legal stuff, use of force, different zones. You know, top is zone 1, bottom is zone 2. You have a defensive figure 8, a downward figure 8, an upward figure 8 for blocking somebody's coming in at you high. You can do an upward strike or a downward strike, or you know, a zone 2, a low leg strike, hitting low, or I can do a high. And those are all one-handed strikes. Same thing with two-handed. If I want to use two-handed, I can do the two-handed high, two-handed low, downward figure 8, upward figure 8. But I'm using two hands or one hands. And again, PR24, same techniques. If you know the techniques, no matter what you have in your hand, you're going to be able to use it effectively. PR24 I like because it gives a little bit better grip here. Somebody can't pull your baton. This is a weaker grip if I got a straight baton, versus this is a stronger grip. You're not going to get away. Also, this grip cares a little bit better for blocking because it keeps my fingers out of the way. If you do a block with this to block something up close, and hopefully it'll hit the baton, you can get your fingers hit. PR24 side handle, a little bit better. Protect my fingers. I can slide, push off, blocks, etc. Again, same techniques. I got the one-handed strike, the two-handed, or two-handed high, two-handed low, one hand high, one hand low, downward figure 8, upward figure 8. Same concept there on using the side handle. So the other strikes that basically are taught is this is a close-in jab with this 24. I can do it this way. I can put my hand here and do it. A lot of cops will hold their batons like so we're ready to jab if we need to. If I'm standing there and I'm expecting trouble, I can get my baton out, I hold it here, I look relaxed. But if I need to engage you, get you out of my space, or if you come in, I can give a quick to the face. Cops can't go to the throat. As a civilian, you can go to the throat if you're defending yourself. You're justifying deadly force. You hit somebody with an impact weapon, it's going to be deadly force if you go for the head or some critical area. So, jab, extended jab. Jab, extended jab. We did a one-handed strike, the two-handed strikes, figure 8. Power chop, one of my favorite strikes is if I'm here and I want to go for a power chop, if I'm in the extended position, I'm here, I'm doing whatever. You bring this hand around and I'm going to hit you with this part of the baton, the butt, and I'm going to come straight down to the clavicle area and break collarbone. So power chop, a very good strike coming straight down. Again, straight handle baton. I'm doing in one hand, I want to do a power chop. I come straight down and jam that into the clavicle neck area. If I hit the neck this way, it's going to do more damage to the neck. If I come straight down, it's going to do more to the clavicle. PR24 is a little bit, now, there's a few techniques that the cops are taught, like 3 from the ring. I go 1, I come around 2, I do a one-handed strike. You can do the figure 8. Different, you can combine all these. Another strike when I'm using two hands, which is very close for good close quarters, is called an upward rollover or a downward rollover. Upward rollover, downward rollover. So I'm standing here, I want to get you back, I come in, I drive it to your chest area, shoulders, etc. If your hands are up and I come here first, your hands go up, then I come back and I can go some bottom rollovers back to the top rollover. So upward rollover, downward rollover, same thing with PR24. I got upward rollover, downward rollover, upward rollover, downward, power chop, one-handed figure 8, one-handed strike, two-handed strike, power chop. Now, the one thing that you can use the PR24, you can't do this, it's called a tomahawk. I know it's not politically correct, some Native Americans are going to get upset. A side handle strike is another way that it's referred to, but in PR24 a lot of them use it. It's called a tomahawk. Basically, I'm going to hit you with this part. Now, there's a strike that's called a uorta, where I come to the side and I just grab this in your solar plex. And if you're coming in at me and I want to sidestep, I may block, come back around, and then just drive this into your solar plex area. And I think I call that the Aurora strike. Do the same thing with the baton. You're coming in, strike, strike, you come in, and I jam that in to your solar plex area. Tomahawk strike, my favorite, a lot of force, a lot of pain. Downside is you're going to miss some areas. So basically get the tomahawk strike. I need to get this just like this. It looks like the tomahawk, like a hatchet. And I'm going to make all this force on this point right here. If I'm going for a big area, this is an extremely powerful strike. If I come down with a tomahawk and I hit you with that strike, it's going to do a lot of damage. So if I hit you in the kidney, I'm probably going to puncture your kidney. Remember, cops, kidneys are no hit zones. We're not supposed to hit in the kidneys, throat, groin, neck area, head area. Those are no strike targets unless deadly force is authorized. People be like, you can't ever hit people who tell you they know a baton. You can never hit somebody in the head. That's not true. A head is a no strike zone and you're not supposed to hit them there. But if deadly force is authorized, the head is absolutely a target. If I got a guy on top of a cop, he's got his gun and they're fighting over his gun, he's trying to shoot him, and he's got my gun, or I lost my gun, or I got my baton in my hand, I absolutely can hit him in the head. Even though it's a no strike zone, you as a citizen needs to be, if you ever strike somebody, you need to be able to say the reason why I hit them in the head, I wasn't aiming for the head, I was aiming for the shoulder or bone. Targets you want, but that shit ain't happening. So, again, the tomahawk message, there's other ways to get there. I mean, if I don't want to do the fancy spin because it looks cool or it's quick, to me this is a lot quicker than that. So whatever you want to do, whatever you want to practice, the tomahawk is a great strike, very powerful. The problem is if I'm going for small areas like this and I miss, I'm going to get a flat strike, which is okay. When you're hitting somebody with an impact instrument, you want to hit them where there's less muscle and tissue and bone meat. So there's not a lot of fat on me, there's probably more fat should be here between the bone and the arm, but there's less between here and the hands, fingers. These are your good strike areas because that's where the impact can be a jam, an extended jab, a Aurora strike, a figure eight, an upward, a power chop, an upward rollover, a downward rollover. Those are your strikes for both batons. This is the blocks. Here's your high block, your low blocks. And then there's all kind of, basically if somebody grabs your baton, the best and easiest, there's a lot of different retention. The best way is to circle into the body because it tends to break their grip. So if I grab my hand and I circle into the body, it's going to break that thumb. So if somebody grabs your baton, basically you just want to circle right down to the body. And you can circle inward or outward, doesn't matter. As long as you get their hands circled, because when my hands are here and you're circling, you're going to break my grip.